guys, what's up? BobbyK back there at Bitgohobby, and here we have the OMP Challenger now available at Bitgohobby. This is a 1200 millimeter size airplane, has an 1100 kV motor, 60 amp ESC, calls for a 2200 3S battery. I unfortunately got out to the field today and forgot my 3S battery, so we are running a 3S 3300 in it today. But it CG'd all right, seems to be okay. One thing I would like to point out is the control surfaces at 100% is like crazy. It's a ton of throw. So I have mine dialed back quite a bit on elevator and aileron. I'm running about 40% low rate, 60% mid rate, and then 80% as my high rate in 10% expo increments as I go. So 40% rate, 10% expo, 60% rate, 20% expo, and then 80% rate, 30% expo is what I'm doing. It seemed to be all right on our maiden. So we're gonna go up. We have a little bit of a crosswind today coming out of the northwest-ish. Bumps it around, not too bad being Balsa and as light as it is, but this is a great segue into Balsa if you're coming from foam. They're about $199 plug and play, so you get all the electronics, the motor, the ESC, everything to get you up in the air besides your battery and remote. So it's a good little plane to start off with, fairly inexpensive. It also makes a good trainer plane if everything is dialed down significantly on the rates. But other than that, I cannot wait to get this up in there, so let's give it a shot. All right, so this thing doesn't take much time to get off the ground. It is runs a 12.6 prop on it, and it seems to be perfect for this power setup, and it has plenty of power for vertical and everything else. But we'll go ahead, kind of putt it around a little bit, and then show you what it can do. And we're up. So this has no AS3X, no gyro, no nothing in it. This is just plain Jane. So you guys can really see what it'll do. Getting bumped around a little bit by the wind, but not too bad. It's only about 5 to 10 out of the northwest. So that's half throttle right there. And I mean, it moves along actually really well for 3-cell. All right, so I'm gonna turn it back around here and we'll give it a ripper. Full throttle. I mean, it's moving. Going up. Coming out of the power. Gonna let it fall back down here. Oh yeah. Yeah, this thing's pretty fun. So I have my timer set for 5 minutes. We might come in a little bit early because this is the same battery that I use for all of my setup and stuff. But I think it's going to do just fine with 3300. It flies great. Be able to stretch out the time a little bit with 3300 also. I mean, look at the power. That's just straight up. You have to come out of the power in order to get it to come back down because it will just go to outer space. So let's see how it does inverted. Wow, actually really well inverted. Not much down pressure at all. It'll put around inverted too. Alright, so let's give it some power, kick it up. Look at that. Definitely capable, that's for sure. This is also a good plane if you start out with it as a trainer and have it dumbed down quite a bit on the rates. You can advance yourself with this plane also from intermediate to experienced just because of the way it you can set it up. Oops. Grass hops. Alright, so let's see how it does in grass. Since I came in too low. Does alright. Actually, that was kind of fun. Let's try some grass hops real quick. And this is just a plain Jane 4-channel bird also, guys. So just aileron, elevator, rudder, and your throttle. No flaps or anything. Look at this thing. It just comes, it just settles right in. It really has no problem in grass at all, especially with those small wheels on there. Look at the power on this thing though. Let's see if we can hover it a little bit. Oh yeah, check that out. And I'm still in low rate doing all of this. For some of you guys, especially if you're coming from like foam or want to get into balsa or using this as a trainer, definitely dial down the rates a little bit more and give yourself some expo. Because even low rate at 40% is plenty. The control surfaces are very big on this plane. Very nice. And you know, it's really not getting affected by this wind too bad either. You can see it getting bumped around, but not bad at all. I'm gonna stand it up again right here just because it's super fun. I can't get over for 3S how much authority it has. Look at that. I just can't get over it. Come out of it here. It's absolutely awesome. So I haven't really messed around with high rate, so let's go ahead. I'm going to try high rate. So this is high rate aileron and elevator. And it's touchy, I can tell already. Holy cow. Snap it.
There you go. That's what I like to see. My compliment.
It'll hang, no problem. Alright, we're going to kick it back to low rate here. Holy smokes. Yeah, she can be quite a handful at high rate. And that again, my high rate is only 80%. I could go to 100% and get more throw out of it, but it's plenty on this thing. And I know some of you guys will be, you know, all out, and that's totally cool. You guys will love it. It is very aerobatic when you want it to be. Flies very similar to like a stick. Couple bounces. I just can't get over the power of this thing. And a lot of you guys have 3S packs, I know, so this will definitely be something for you guys to get into, inexpensive, and have the packs and equipment all ready for it. So that's 5-minute timer. Sorry, I'm having too much fun with this darn thing. So that's 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and set up for our landing here, and then we'll go back over and check the battery voltage. There's 5 minutes. It settles in nicely. So I'm out of the power now, just dead sticking it. Just gonna bleed off the screw here. There we go. Whoop! Alright, so we're going to check our battery voltage right quick here. So we're at 26%, which is 377, 378, 378 across the board. I use this pack for setup as well, so there was a little bit of charge out of it, I guess you'd say. We used a little bit of the pack, but that was 5-minute flight with 23% left. That's not too bad. Alright guys, so that is the OMP Challenger, now available at Bitgohobby. As you can see, it flies amazing. Good little plane to start out with if you're segueing in from foam to balsa. It can be a handful if you're at high rate, but very docile at low rate. Like I said, I have mine at about 40% on low rate all the way around. And for some of you guys, that still might be a little bit too much, so you can still dial it down from there. But it's an absolute blast to fly, very fun, tons of power for 3S. As you can see, it'll hover, do tons of aerobatics, and yeah, it's actually a very, very fun plane. So that is the OMP Challenger from Bitgohobby, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for all the latest and greatest coming from Bitgohobby, and thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.